Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Me, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. Just like his captain Monkey D. Luffy, Zoro has a great goal of his own to achieve, and for him, it's to become the greatest swordsman in the world. But in order for this to happen, it's going to be necessary for Zoro to face off against Mihawk, the current greatest swordsman in the world, and Zoro's greatest rival. In today's video, we're going to talk about how this confrontation between Zoro and Mihawk could take place, and who might be the winner of this intense confrontation between two of the greatest swordsmen in the world of One Piece. But before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel, or even if you've watched a bunch of our videos, we'd be absolutely honored if you'd leave us a like, and even subscribe, and maybe leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out, especially with that old YouTube algorithm, and it keeps motivating us to make more content. And if you'd like to help out the channel in a bigger way, consider sharing this video or another one of your favorites with a friend. Well, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, my friends, recently in the story of One Piece, we had a surprising and complex twist. The legendary swordsman Dracula Mihawk, the eccentric pirate Buggy the Clown, and the manipulative ex-warlord Crocodile joined forces together and formed the Cross Guild. This extremely powerful alliance has given birth to a crew of underworld pirates with an absolutely audacious mission, offering exorbitant bounties for the heads of Marines, unleashing chaos upon the seas. The Cross Guild is a fearsome organization shrouded in mystery, and it's established itself as a destructive and corrupt force in the pirate underworld. The main leadership of this organization falls to Mihawk and Crocodile, two individuals who are notorious and have cunning and ruthlessness to run an organization very efficiently. And the crew has already gained a reputation as hunters of Marines and people that can do what they say. This organization also operates with the capture of Marines based on offering very tempting rewards to encourage citizens, bounty hunters, and even ambitious pirates to join this cause. Because capturing Marines and earning a large bounty is something very few people in the world can turn down. Now, as for Buggy, with his bumbling style and comical nature, and unexpectedly becoming a Yonko because of his affiliation with the Cross Guild, it's extremely important to note that he is far from being the organization's leader or main commander. He's simply the fall guy and the face. Now, Mihawk, with his legendary swordsmanship, and Crocodile, a master of manipulation and strategy, they are the two that occupy the highest positions in the crew hierarchy. Again, Buggy is just playing a minor role as an eccentric mascot or maybe comic relief figure within the Cross Guild organization. Once the warlord system was dissolved by the world government, Mihawk left that position, and that left him without the protections of the world government. So now he seems to be going back to an occupation that he once held as a pirate hunter, and once again is an enemy of the world government as well as the Navy. This change in status makes him a formidable threat to the world, and the lethal combination of his exceptional swordsmanship and his involvement with the Cross Guild takes the danger posed by his Dark Alliance to exceptionally new heights. Marines and pirates alike everywhere have to prepare to face the impending storm that is Mihawk, his crew, and of course Crocodile. And they're the newest danger that even the Straw Hats will have to face in this tense journey in search of obtaining the One Piece. Now, although Buggy unexpectedly became a Yonko, again, he doesn't hold any leadership position within this organization, nor does he pose that great of a danger. Mihawk and Crocodile take on the role of being the strongest. They're two great enemies that the Straw Hats will have to face in the future during the great confrontation that is yet to come, but will end up deciding the fate of the world. So with this new mobility and freedom, and organization that backs Crocodile and Mihawk, if Mihawk does go back out to his marine hunting ways, the entire world will once again witness the great swordsman in action, because he's going to get to go out on his own free will and doing whatever suits him, in addition to also having entered this huge and very pivotal competition in search of the One Piece treasure itself. So this brings the possibility of that Mihawk and Zoro matchup even closer, because now that Mihawk is back in action as a pirate and a hunter of Marines, this has got the entire One Piece community buzzing, because we're all wondering, when is this great confrontation going to happen? Because it's as close as it's ever going to get. We know that we're in the final saga, and we all know that this is something that has to happen to wrap up all the different dreams of the Straw Hats. An event like this could occur at a very crucial time, when Mihawk is going after Luffy. And this is a place where Zoro would naturally have to step in, because he'd be determined to protect his captain and fulfill his dream of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world. So it wouldn't even be a question. He would absolutely intervene intercede and fight and face Mihawk to keep Luffy safe. Now, Mihawk has reigned as the current greatest swordsman in the world, seemingly since he ended his rivalry with Shanks, and he's known for his supreme skill with the sword around the world and is an unparalleled challenge for any swordsman. His dexterity, his technique, his mastery of haki, which we still have no real clue about exactly how far it goes or whether even he has Conqueror's haki, put him at a level that is just simply unobtainable for most people. He's revered as the greatest swordsman alive, and for 2 long years, he mentored Zoro, guiding him on his journey to become his own legendary swordsman and eventually the person who will replace him. However, with Mihawk back in action and being a member of a Yonko crew, just because he taught Zoro does not mean that they're gonna continue that bond of master and disciple. Zoro has grown immensely, and with his power and burning ambition, he wants to surpass his former master and claim that title of greatest swordsman in the world. If he's ever given another chance to fight Mihawk, Zoro would absolutely seek out that unique opportunity to test his own growth and prove his strength. And this would allow Zoro also that new opportunity to defeat Mihawk definitively, or even lose his life in the fight in search of achieving his dream. And although it might seem a little weird for Mihawk to go after Luffy, let's not forget the fact that at the Battle of Marineford, Mihawk noticed the fact that Luffy had that uncanny ability to turn people to his side. So Mihawk even might see the great threat that Luffy poses, especially if they are now rivals going after the One Piece. So if he were to go after Luffy, Zoro would demonstrate his unwavering loyalty to his captain and his crew, and he would bring that fierce determination to his eyes, and he would raise his swords and be prepared to face that legendary swordsman. And the fight between these two would be the most amazing show of skill, refined technique, and fervor that we've probably seen between 2 warriors in the story of One Piece. Zoro would get to unleash all the power he's acquired over the course of his battles and his hard training, as well as his Conqueror's haki, where he could channel his determination and surpass his limits to face the formidable challenger that Mihawk represents. Now, knowing how Oda loves to play out really important battles, this would be an unbelievably intense moment, and the fate of the battle and uncertain outcome would leave all of us One Piece fans breathless with this incredible final combat that Zoro would have with this greatest swordsman in the world. Zoro would be ultimately looking to prove himself worthy of his goal and carrying the goal of Kuina, and also show that he is worthy of that title of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world. While Mihawk, with his vast experience, would want to test the mettle of his disciple's growth and see how much his potential really has grown. The clash of their swords would literally echo across the seas and mark a decisive chapter in their journey. And this battle between Mihawk and Zoro wouldn't just be a battle of swords. It'd represent that symbolic milestone in Zoro's journey towards his ultimate ambition. And regardless of the result, the fight would be a demonstration of courage, determination, and the search for personal improvement. And however we see this fight play out between Zoro and Mihawk, we have to know that Zoro will be able to defeat his master somehow and achieve his goal of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world. And this is something that we as One Piece fans have been waiting for since the Baratie A arc, when Zoro first lost to Mihawk and swore that he'd never lose again. Victory over Mihawk would be the ultimate proof that Zoro has achieved his goal and become worthy of that title. However, defeating Mihawk is not going to be an easy task. This legendary swordsman is recognized as one of the most powerful in the One Piece universe, and we still actually don't know how good his skills and haki mastery really are. But he has that refined technique and a vast knowledge of martial arts and fencing, and this alone makes him a formidable opponent, able to take on any opponent. So Zoro would have to surpass every limit and show that extraordinary growth to surpass Mihawk. And this final moment and final battle would be fraught with emotion and tension, with Zoro's fate and his dream hanging in the balance. And this fight would be a frantic sword dance with quick and precise attacks, defenses, ripostes, and test the skill, strategy, endurance of both of these sword masters. So Zoro's victory over Mihawk would mark a significant turning point, not only in the journey, but also it would be a statement of how the disciple has now become the master, and that it was his unwavering determination that led him to reach an unrivaled level of excellence. But it's always important to note that Zoro defeating Mihawk is not a guarantee. As I said earlier, Oda is famous and known for his twists and surprises, and the fight could end in a bunch of different ways. It might even be that Zoro, even fighting with all his strength, just can't overcome Mihawk, and might even lead to an important character to lose their life. But regardless of the outcome, this battle between Zoro and Mihawk would be a pivotal and emotional moment in One Piece's history, because it is the culmination of years of story, training, challenges, and all the perseverance that Zoro has shown throughout his own personal growth and time on the Straw Hat crew. And we as fans will get to see all of the fruits of that growth and character from this swordsman. So the resolution of this decisive fight would have significant consequences for the world of One Piece, and it could even impact the trajectory of multiple characters and even all the Straw Hat crew who were with Zoro throughout this long journey in the search of the One Piece treasure and helping each other achieve their ultimate goals. So with all that said, my friends, we'd now love to know what you think about it. First of all, how do you think this battle between Zoro and Mihawk is gonna happen? Is it something where Mihawk might actually go after Luffy because of the threat that he sees that he is to the world? Or is it just they're gonna cross paths because ultimately all of these different crews are going after the One Piece, and when they cross paths, it's gonna be time to settle up those old debts? Secondly, how do you think the battle will actually go? Will we see this long, epic, just drawn out battle between two swordsmen, or will we possibly see something like the other side of the coin from when Zoro and Mihawk first met, where Zoro dispatches Mihawk in the blink of an eye in such a way that Mihawk did to him so many years ago? And finally, what's another matchup that you'd love to see happen as we head into this final saga of One Piece? Maybe we'll pick it up in the comments and make a video about it. Let us know what you think about all this in the comments below. So as we wrap up our video for the day, we'd like to thank you all so much for watching, especially those of you who've made it here to the very end. Be sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, hit that bell and hit that subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you all in our next video. Let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.